Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. This is episode 478 of the Ping Pong Flix Show. Quite a few updates for us today. Let's start with Birds of Prey. It's been a pretty big Birds of Prey fan event today, and I'll start it off with this pretty cool IMAX poster. I'd say they've got some pretty good posters, but I think this is one of my favorite out of the whole bunch so far, and I don't know why. I think it's just the way Harley's in front, and like not totally in front, but she's there. She's a prominent figure, but you still have the other birds as well, Cassandra Cain as well. I don't know. I just seem to like this poster. It's pretty good. So, but there is a fan event today, a pretty big one. Variety has covered a whole bunch of it. Along, if you want to look at more Birds of Prey stuff, you can go to Harley Quinn updates, other ones. I think there's also a Birds of Prey updates as well. Fan accounts, but they really, compile it all together very well. So lots of things going on. Some little, I guess, performances here. I'm not sure if those are fans or actual people from actual staff. They're doing some things here. Birds of Prey cast is introduced at the Hollywood and Highland Takeover event. We are. The Birds of Prey Harleywood sign is unveiled. Harleywood. Of Hollywood from Harleywood. So quite an event today. Variety got to talk to a bunch of people. I'm going to play some of them right here. Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
This is nuts.
I know, I've never seen anything like it before.
Okay, so this movie's intense. There's a lot of fighting.
Yes.
There's a lot of bones being broken.
Yes.
What kind of training did you have to do?
We did several months of fight training individually and as a group. For me, it was kind of based a lot in jiu-jitsu, a lot of like wrestling, kind of tackling people to the ground, a little bit of crossbow.
A little bit of crossbow.
A little bit of gun training. Because Huntress is sort of like, she needs to be able to do a little bit of everything. So it wasn't super focused on one thing for me. It was sort of like a little bit of everything.
So how much did you get hurt during the fight scene?
Every day you get a little bit hurt. Something usually happens. You bang your knee, you bang your elbow, you twist your ankle, but nothing that really took me out of commission. So I'm thankful for that. And we had people on set who would press on our knee and it was like being an athlete. You'd get off set for a second, get a little massage, get right back into it. So it was fun in that way.
So it's a rated R, dark superhero movie.
Yes.
What should people expect? Just tell them.
I think it's a wild ride from start to finish. I think it's very true to who Harley is in terms of she's the one who's telling the story, so we see it through her eyes, and her eyes are quite,
her perspective.
Poppy and creative and unlike anything else. So I think it's really a fun way to get to introduce the Birds of Prey and who these characters are through like someone as wild and, nutty as Harley Quinn.
What makes it a rated R?
I think it's totally uninhibited, in every way. And that's what it felt like shooting it. We got to just do whatever we wanted. We got to improv. We're throwing around curse words. The violence is really violent and gritty and real. So we didn't have to stop ourselves from doing what felt right for the characters in the story.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, there's a lot to take in. Violent. John Woo fighting pretty much, not John Woo, John Wick. She's pretty much this John Wick in this universe, I think. Many weapons, jiu-jitsu, gunfighting. But it does appear like they did a lot of their stunts themselves, which is great, which is very much like, John Wick, Keanu Reeves. And that part I can get really excited about. Also, the R rating, they can push a lot of the boundaries. They can go the route of those action movies, like John Wick. So that part is really exciting. L.J. Basco.
How exciting is this?
This is so exciting. I'm having such an adrenaline rush right now.
Okay, so there is so much fighting in this movie. How much training did you have to do? Were you scared? Were you nervous?
Actually, the majority of my training was pickpocketing. There was a magician who came in and taught me sleight of hand and how to work cards, so that was more of my training, which is super cool.
What was it like the first day on set?
My first day on set, I was with Margot, and everyone was just so kind and welcoming. It was the best experience possible.
And this is a pretty dark movie, though, huh?
A little bit.
Should people be scared?
A little bit, but I think they should be definitely more excited.
Have fun.
So first of all, what is the deal with these comments like, it's a dark movie, huh? It's a dark movie, huh? Should people be scared? Come on. Really? Dark doesn't just mean scary. It's that part annoys me to end. It annoys me that keeps asking that it's dark, it's scary. Oh, the little kid's gonna cry. It's rated R. Don't bring your kids. Oh my goodness, this is just insane. I hope he doesn't ask Christina Hodson anything about dark stuff.
There's no men in their lives, relationships, no romance. How important was that?
I think really important. I think just for Harley, she's been so defined by the Joker for so long. This is the first time we're really getting to see her be her own person, her own character, and kind of step out of that. That's what the emancipation's all about.
And how often did you write in the script, now they fight, now they fight, now they fight?
Never. I'm not that lazy a writer. No, I wrote them some really cool, fun action stuff, and we worked with the 8711 guys. They did awesome stunt work. But no, we got fun and inventive with the action from day one.
There's no men in their lives, relationships.
So I think he saw the movie because he's very much pushing that there's a lot of action, there's fighting, there's a lot of fight scenes, which is great. I think that's one of the main takeaways from the John Wick trilogy. You just get lots of fighting, lots of cool action. And that could get you really excited for this movie. And that probably excites me most. John Wick trilogy is some of the biggest, the best action scenes I've ever seen. I've watched it just for the action. And I think you can get a lot of that out of the Birds of Prey. And this is the writer, Christina Hodson. So this is the first, after, if you've seen Bumblebee, I think this is her second movie. We'll get to actually see how she as a writer, and we'll see where it goes from here. Because remember, she is the writer for Batgirl. She is the writer for the Flash movie. That's right, Andy Muschietti's The Flash movie, which could have Flashpoint elements, is being written by this person right here, Christina Hodson. So we'll really get to see how she plays into it. Kind of works through the DC universe and see what she does with the different characters. This is the director, Kathy.
How are you? Come on in a little bit closer. Director, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, an R-rated, female-driven superhero movie. How significant is that?
I think it's pretty significant because it's been my life for a year and a half. But no, I think it's really great that we can be R-rated actually, and that we can be unabashedly ourselves. I mean, the women are unabashedly themselves and very unapologetic in this.
And how are you?
Unabashedly themselves, very unapologetic. They just let loose. This is and it's rated R, and that's what a good thing about being rated R. It really means that they can take things to places, to themes, action, things that you can never really appreciate with a rating slapped on there that's only for parental guidance, PG-13, PG, or even G for that matter. So they can really do things here and go to the next level, get out of these boundaries. And I think that is a very telling of what Warner Brothers should really do from now on. Like, let the director go through with it, and if the story needs to be a higher rating than PG, then let the story be a higher rating than PG. Let them go into rated R so they're not hindered by all these different things, like how, not to bash Marvel, but that's exactly what Kevin Feige did with Scott Derrickson. You know, he says, no, it's going to be PG. It's going to be PG-13. Don't worry. We're not going to get that scary, you know. But in this case, it seems like they're allowing directors to go through this route and allowing directors to do what they need to do to make a compelling story and make the rating make sense for that story. So that's awesome here. Okay, Chris Mencina, Victor Zayas, and Black Mask.
How are you?
Good. You?
I'm good.
This Cardi look.
Yeah, you look
Thank
great.
you. Thank you.
An English look. It's Englishy look.
Yeah.
New York Jew, you know, same thing, right? Same thing. How excited are you for people to finally see this movie that we all want to see?
It's exciting that it's coming out. Yeah. It was last summer we shot the film, and it's been interesting and exciting to see what it might come out looking like. You know, it's like it was incredibly bonkers to shoot. Color and character and all
We
these.
tried a lot of different versions, didn't we?
Yeah.
Of the film as we shot it. You know.
Every take was like a new experience, but always been led with these amazing women. You know, the actors, and with Kathy and Margot and Sue producing, female writer. It was just a great experience.
Rose, how are you?
So that's kind of interesting what he said here, where they shot different versions, and different takes, and every take and version is a new experience. I'm kind of interested in that a little bit. I'm not raising any red flags yet, because you know, there's still some time to you know when we watch the film and kind of carefully see if it seems like the tone keeps changing back and forth or not. But it is concerning, especially we know about Warner Brothers. And after I just said that they're allowing directors to do their thing, and then he comes here and they're saying they're doing it now. It could be directors said, you know, let's shoot this version differently, let's shoot this scene differently, and see how it goes, see how it flows, you know, and that's fine. But this is maybe one of the first times you hear that they shot something different. Now, we know they reshot some action scenes to make it better and stuff like that. That's fine, and we actually seen that. But in terms of what they're saying, I find that very interesting, and you know, maybe people are worried about a little bit about that, but not right now. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how the movie flows. Okay, Margot Robbie.
Yeah, hi, good to
Journey.
see you.
Love this, folks.
Thank you. Rated R.
Yeah.
It's violent.
Yeah.
It's dark. Why is it rated R?
Well, it's a very fun movie. It's a very, very fun movie. You're really seeing the world from Harley's point of view, and it's unpredictable and crazy, and this kooky ride, and a lot happens, and kind of due to like Cassandra Cain brings all the birds of prey together as the world is kind of underworld of Gotham's turned upside down looking for this diamond. But Harley's not really someone to hold back, and the R rating really allowed us to take it to the next level with fight scenes, with saying.
What was the training like?
Oh, it was brutal. It was like over 5 months of training. Yeah, I had like a personal trainer and stunt choreographers. And 8711, our stunt team, they're some of the best stunt team in the business, like from John Wick and all those great films. But they push you so hard so you can do most of your stunts. And that's what we were fortunate enough to be able to do most of our stunts. But it sucked, man.
So again, this interview, dark R rating. Oh God. But it makes sense right there what Margot Robbie said. You know, Harley Quinn is a character that pretty much needs that R rating. I mean, if you've seen any of the episodes of Harley Quinn animated shows, you know that R rating was necessary to tell that story in a hilarious level, as well as a off the beaten path kind of type storytelling. But it's great. I mean, it's funny. It can be funny even though it's R rated. It can be pretty gory and horrific as well. But for the most part, you do have fun with the Harley Quinn animated series. So I'm expecting that level, that type of dark comedy for this movie. A little bit more.
There was, you know, on the social media, on the internet, they wanted you guys to be more than just friends.
Yeah.
So are you guys gay in the movie?
It's very their relationships is very much based in. There's a want and a need in there for sure.
And there's like a real love of anarchy, and Yeah, there's I think they. I think
likely, yes.
Yes.
More than likely.
More than-
You heard it here first.
So probably a lot of hints of that. I'm not sure if they're gonna really say that in there, but or if it's a twist or it's a secret. But they're gay in the movie. That was all the different interviews that I could find on Variety in terms of that reporter talking to the different cast members about Birds of Prey. Just want to say now that Donia Futurism had found Kathy Yan's movie, her first movie, on YouTube. So I can put that link in the description below. I have not yet watched it. I'm going to go check it out. There's no subtitles, but you can see her aesthetic style and how that transferred over to Birds of Prey. And then when you watch this and you watch Birds of Prey and you have the feel that, oh yeah, it is Kathy Yan's movie, then we'll know for sure that a lot of it's not untouched. Like Kathy Yan does have pretty much say in here. I don't think Dead Pigs, this movie, has John Wick style action. So you'll definitely see that Chad Stahelski involved in there, and that's fine. You know, it'll work out. It's kind of like how Patty Jenkins utilized a little bit of that Zack Snyder-esque action scenes because she hasn't really done that type of stuff before Wonder Woman. So it makes sense here. It's fine, and I'm looking forward to it. So Birds of Prey, February 7th, coming out. And just a little bit, because we are talking about Birds of Prey, Tim Tapp had put this out, and it's called Release the Ayer Cut. This is a little movement that is starting to brew as we learn more about the Ayer Cut, as people talk a lot more about the Ayer Cut. Even David Ayer himself talks about the Ayer Cut. He hasn't said Release the Ayer Cut yet. He hasn't been that way, but it's slowly brewing. So Tim Tapp had put this out. It's very similar to like the Release the Snyder Cut. And you can go ahead and get involved in this as well. It is on the weekend of Birds of Prey, as likely using Birds of Prey because Harley Quinn's also in Birds of Prey to say, hey, release the Ayer Cut as well. So we'll see how this goes. So August 15th, 2015, David Ayer completed filming his Suicide Squad. March 25th, 2016, Batman v Superman was released, and with it, an unprofessional barrage of media attacks that resulted in massive reshoots for Ayer's cut. Nearly 8 months after filming wrapped. Soon after, the same would happen to Zack Snyder's Justice League. February 8th, 2020, Birds of Prey opening weekend, we will advocate for the release of David Ayer's version of Suicide Squad by celebrating the cast, crew, and art that we know are part of Ayer's The Vision that connects beautifully to Batman v Superman, yet stands on its own, a unique and strong story. So let's all come together like the misfit toys we are, because this right here is going to be like a chapter in the Bible, and everyone is going to know what we did. This will be a one-day global online event to get hashtag release the Ayer Cut to trend worldwide on Twitter. The number we are aiming for is 325,000. Wow. Why 325? Because it was March 25th, 2016 when Warner Bros. Turned on itself and the fans. If we work together, we can easily hit this number. Feel free to spread the word on Instagram, Vero, Facebook, and I'm spreading it on YouTube right now. Let's have fun with this, y'all. Squad up. Event start times. Here we go. Pacific Standard Time. Looks like it's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 1 p.m. UK 6 p.m. CET 7 p.m. India 11:30 p.m. and China 2 a.m. Hopefully people can wake up for that. But also please check your spelling because Twitter don't like it when we break the internet like we do. So for people interested in advocating for Release the Ayer Cut, go ahead on it's a global event apparently on February 8th. Maybe when on your way to watch Birds of Prey, on your way out of Birds of Prey, whatever these times are, go ahead and tweet out Release the Ayer Cut with a picture or anything you think of, and see if we can get that trending as well. Now there is one uncut there. We're still trying to get a release, and we shouldn't lose real to sight of it, but that is Release the Snyder Cut. And Release the Snyder Cut, Mick D has tallied up all the totals and organized and contributed to by Zack Snyder's community of fans in support of American Foundation Suicide Prevention. He tallied it up right here. So far, we've donated over $156,000 to support suicide prevention. He tallied it up here for us right here. Funds raised all the way up down here past the Go Fund Snyder Cup, FA Snyder Cup, sorry, the charity t-shirt as well, $156,613. What an incredible thing this movement has done, in conjunction with trying to get the Snyder Cut released as well, to the fact that Brad Curran had actually wrote an article about it on Screen Rant. Justice League Zack Snyder Cut supporters have raised over $150,000 for suicide prevention. So Zack Snyder did recognize this, and the article he tweeted out today. He came out and tweeted out today. That's right, the dry spell is over. He's back. Amazing what fans have done, generating awareness and funds for this great cause. And linking the article, the Screen Rant, Brad Curran Screen Rant article. Congratulations if you want to support this amazing movement. And then he linked his Zack Snyder's Justice League t-shirt fundraising. They're still going on all the way into February. Support AFSP with the purchase of these exclusive shirts. Now, real exclusive. This is his shirts. He designed it. He's putting a brand on it. Zack Snyder's Justice League. And if that wasn't enough, guys, something incredible happened today. Probably the biggest story of today, at least for me and a whole bunch of other people. Zack Snyder posted this today. Now, this is not an official poster. As you can tell, we've seen a little bit of different designs in here, including including a little bit of that Doctor Strange portal technique in the background. But essentially, you get the idea. This is a fan poster, and I've seen this poster as well. This is a fan poster that Zack Snyder had put up. Is kind of promoting something really cool. He put it on the bottom of this thing. Excited about the official Vero account showcasing fan-created posters for Zack Snyder's JL to celebrate the amazing talents of the dedicated fans who have shown so much support and creativity over the years. I've been going through my office trying to find some cool pieces of memorabilia from the film to give away to the artist that best captures the spirit of the movie. And he will post that object in the coming days so we know what we're winning. Is it the Holy Grail? No, I don't know. But we'll find out soon enough indeed. So that account has a Twitter account, and this is the words, the rules, and things, the information for this event. Zack wants you to submit your best fan-made Zack Snyder Justice League poster by February 7th. That's the opening of Birds of Prey. So if you can't remember February 7th, when Birds of Prey comes out, that's when they want you to submit it by. He will choose a poster. It'll be announced on February 14th, which is coincidentally 2/14. Get creating. New event. Zack Snyder. Let me put it over here. Is maybe better to look at it here. New event. Zack Snyder's Justice League fan posters. What do you think the Justice League poster should look like? Event info. Zack wants to see all your best fan-made Snyder Cut JL posters. Submit your high-res originals to zsjlfanposters@gmail.com by 2/7. Include your name and social media handle in the email. Entries will be shared by zsjlfanposters on Vero and Twitter. Zack will review all entries and choose his favorite. The winner will be announced on 2/14 and will receive a special JL gift from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Wow, what a big event. Zack Snyder himself is promoting it. Notice he's not shying away from using Zack Snyder Justice League and the Release the Snyder Cut hashtag as well. It's right there, and this is a fan poster, yes, but the way he was presenting it is awesome. And just to show you that this is crazy. Now, why would one do this for a movie that's not coming out? Right? I mean, seriously, why would we do this for a movie that's not coming out? This is indeed getting really closer and closer, and who knows, man? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're gonna make an official rendition of your fan poster for the actual release, or when the release comes out, he'll present it saying, "Hey, this is a fan poster," because in a way it's kind of cool, because the Snyder Cut fandom, right? Everyone that's been a part of this movement has been instrumental in some way, in some fashion, to getting the Snyder Cut released, to keep promoting Release the Snyder Cut. And in a way, it's kind of cool if, that fan poster, you guys, the Snyder Cut fandom, who makes a great poster, and he presents as like the winner of when they're finally going to release the Snyder Cut, and says, thank you to you guys, to the Snyder Cut people, to everybody in the fandom, to making this happen, to never giving your hopes up, to always hoping, to always fighting, to always getting that to the front line, and going to Warner Brothers and going to Warner Media and AT&T and HBO Max and whoever, and telling the entire world that, hey, we want to see Zack Snyder's Justice League. We're fighting for that. We're fighting for the movie, and that movie, this movie, Zack Snyder's Justice League, represents Autumn Snyder, represents Snyder's family, the cast and crew, for art everywhere, artistic, creative integrities, and just for people who has ever been bullied into something they didn't want to do. It represents a lot of us, and it's a great thing. It represents so much things, so much good in people, and how we stood up for something, how a little few of us stood against many, so this is a big deal, I think. And I think we if you got any artistic talent at all, and I don't have any, but if you have any artistic talent at all, go and see if you can get this release. I mean, there's some right here that they've already presented, and they'll share it on Twitter, and I believe they'll share it on Vero. Some great talent already. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to do anything. I could do some stuff on Publisher, maybe. But I can honestly tell you I really suck at this stuff. But some amazing stuff, that we have some amazing artists in the fandom. I don't know if Ramesh is just gonna win hands down, because he's damn amazing. There's also amazing artists outside of the actual movement, but part of it, whoever puts a Release the Snyder Cut, whoever says hashtag Release the Snyder Cut, I'm saying that you are part of the movement, because you're supporting hashtag Release the Snyder Cut. Whoever you are, or however many times you tweet it, I don't care. You saying it once means you support it, and I think you're part of the movement, and I think you deserve every chance to throw your hat, your poster into the hat, if you will, and hopefully be recognized on 2/14, and to have your poster chosen as kind of like the next symbol in this next event for Zack Snyder's Justice League. So yeah, best of luck to you all, but every single one of you who submits is a champion, is a winner, because all this is art, right? This is powerful art will heal, right? This is the whole thing that Zack Snyder is trying to say, and we're literally creating art. He's literally saying create art, and to heal us, to unite us, and help each other to get Zack Snyder's Justice League, the Snyder Cut, released. So that is it. Good luck to you all. Have fun with it. Release the Snyder Cut. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.